Hey everybody, welcome back. So this is part 2 of part 1, my story. Okay, so just a few things I wanted to finish up with that I didn't get to in the last video that I kind of hinted to. One, you don't ever outgrow epilepsy. I learned this later from neurologists that I've had in the past, is that previously thought when I was that age, that is false. What happens is you build up a tolerance to where there are things that contribute to having a seizure. You don't always, obviously you can have a seizure just by not doing anything. Nothing triggers your seizure. But then there are other triggers that can trigger a seizure, okay? Stress and anxiety, lack of sleep are two of the biggest ones, okay? So everything might be going good, you built up a tolerance, but let's say something happens traumatically to you, and then just life stressors and daily stuff, and then you're not getting sleep, and all of a sudden now you've met your threshold and you have a seizure. So that's what it's like. I fortunately have been off medication, knock on wood. I don't know where there's some wood, knock on wood. I don't know where that came from. I haven't had one. My last one was in 2010. I think it was January of 2010, and I haven't been on meds for a long time. So I'm very fortunate. Not everybody is like that. Like my kids, they are definitely, they're almost 30 and 32. They'll be 30 and 32 this year. Bree will be 32. Zach will be 30. And my daughter's been on meds since she was 5 years old, and she probably will never get off her meds. She's had, I won't get into her story, but she's had much more than me, way more. And despite everything, she still has seizures sometimes daily. Same with my son. He's on a ton of meds and he still can have seizures daily. So, not one size fits all. Everybody's different. But what I can say is that it's not just seizures. I kind of hinted to that in the other video. It can be much more than seizures because it's a neurological disorder. And so you could have body symptoms. My daughter has body symptoms every day, sometimes 24/7. And those are very debilitating. Those are very bothersome, and they can definitely get in the way of your daily life. Seizures, there's other things. You have anxiety, you have sensations, auras, all different kinds of things. You are sensitive. You can be sensitive to lights, sounds, movement. For instance, I'm very sensitive to emergency vehicle light. So if it's dark, if it's light, I'm fine. If it's dark out and I'm driving and I see that there's a car accident and there's a fire truck, there's an ambulance, and there are police officers, police vehicles, cruisers, and all their lights are going, I'm like, oh crap. So what I do is I slow way down and I try to focus myself where I'm still watching the road, but I'm trying to focus away from it. Like I'll look at something kind of in my peripheral view and try to focus on that and put those lights. And once I'm past them, I flip my mirrors and stuff so I can't see it in the background. My daughter's very different. She is sensitive to lights. She has to sometimes wear glasses. I think I hinted to this or said this, sunglasses, and sometimes she still does. Matter of fact, even talking about epilepsy bothers people. Me, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like right now it's bothering, when I go into depth, it bothers me, and it's starting to kind of, my head's feeling weird. And so even that, the thing about putting the thing in your mouth, don't ever put anything in somebody's mouth when they're having a seizure or after, ever, ever, ever. The only thing you do is make sure that their head is protected. You don't move them. unless you absolutely have to. If it's an emergency situation and there's imminent danger, move them carefully, but move them quickly. And then let them have their seizure, okay? Don't ever put anything in their mouth. Don't touch them. Don't try to stop it. Just sit with them, if you want, if you know somebody, or, you feel like you want to, somebody's having a seizure, whoever it may be, whether it's, somebody or it's a stranger. And then put them on their side when they're done. Just kind of roll them on their side in what we call the recovery position. And you don't even have to do that. But yeah, don't ever put anything in their mouth. I watched a video when I was younger in school, mind you, and actually I had to leave. It bothered me. And somebody put a wallet in their mouth. I'm like, no. Oh, and we don't swallow our tongues. It's impossible. We don't swallow our tongues. It might look like we stop breathing, and that for some people is very normal. But yeah, no, we don't do that. If it lasts more than 5 minutes, or they have one and then they have another one, that's when it gets serious, and then you need to call 911. If they have a seizure and it's a minute or less, or maybe a couple minutes, and then they're fine, they're going to have the postictal stage, where they're out of it, they're loopy, they're going to act weird, they're going to, get them through that. Just talk to them softly, calmly, and after a few minutes they come to. My daughter is much different than my son. My son's postictal stage is long, and it can be scary. It can be totally scary. My daughter, very quick. Weird. Everybody's different. Like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's epilepsy is different. But yeah, so just know, if we look good, we don't look like we're, some disabilities are invisible sometimes. But don't assume that we're not still battling, because our bodies are constantly battling epilepsy, whether you see it or not. There's always something in us that if we're not actually having a seizure, our bodies are not like everybody else's. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. I think I touched on everything I wanted to touch on. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so then there is 2 different types of seizures. Okay, not everybody has these types of seizures, and it's kind of hard to explain the other type of seizures. So the 2 types of seizures are epileptic seizures and non-epileptic seizures, otherwise known as pseudo seizures. Kind of like a placebo effect, okay? Like when they do drug studies and they give one group the actual drug and the other group a water pill or a placebo pill or a sugar pill, whatever that is. They think they're getting it, but they're not, okay? Sort of kind of like that. That's the best way I can kind of describe it. Pseudo seizures, like for my son, well, my daughter has them and my son has them. They both have pseudo seizures. I've had a couple, and they all come on by stress. Mostly stress or anxiety. Well, stress and anxiety kind of go hand in hand. They're almost the same thing. Yeah. Or very closely related or correlated, right? So those are huge triggers for a non-epileptic seizure or a pseudo seizure. An epileptic seizure is an actual real seizure caused by misfirings in your brain. Your brain has neurons, and your body sends signals to your brain to do things. And when that happens, that's where a seizure happens, is they don't connect, okay? They misfire, kind of like a spark, right? They have to connect for them to move your arm or your leg or talk or think or whatever, move your head, right? When they don't connect, it goes haywire. It's like, bah! And that's when you have a seizure, where your body's moving or parts of your body's moving. Or there's a lot of different seizures too. There's a lot of different types of epileptic seizures. There's one where a little boy laughs at nothing, uncontrollably just laughs, that's a seizure. Sometimes your eye twitching, if you have epilepsy, that's a seizure. So seizures don't always look like, uncontrollable body movements, okay? A lot of people don't know that. So those neurons, they're misfiring. And instead of your arm moving, your whole left side moves, or your head moves, or whatever your seizures look like, okay? And sometimes you can have more than one seizure. There are different types of seizures as well, as far as names, okay? There's grand mal, I'm not going to name them all because I can't. And I can't explain each, I just know. Grand mal is where your entire body shakes, right? It uncontrollable movement of your body. And then there's absent seizures, where you go, nobody's home. I've had those growing up where I'm like, it's like you check out for a minute, okay? And then there are complex partial, okay? I think that's what I had growing up. I want to say that's what I had growing up. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So those are just a few of them. There's more, but right now they're just not coming to me. And even if I said them, I wouldn't know how to explain them. If you are interested, you can always research it. If you're not, and you just want to watch my videos, that's cool too. Okay. So that's a little bit about like seizures and the different types and all that, what they look like, the difference between a pseudo seizure or a non-epileptic seizure and a seizure. Okay. And sometimes, it's hard to tell the two apart. I know when my daughter's having a pseudo, and I know when my son's having a pseudo, because they always look the same. Okay. Also, my kids, there's so much more to epilepsy. My kids have, also there's like types. I don't know how else to explain it. Like there is grand mals, there are complex partial, there are absent seizures, okay? I named those. My daughter has one, she has grand mal, but she also has another type. It's so complex, you guys. Her seizure is a brain defect where she has cortical dysplasia is what it's called. And it's all over her brain. And it's kind of like cancer, sort of, where you have growths or you have the cancer in certain parts of your body that affects. Well, it's not cancer, but it's sort of similar to that. And it covers her brain, okay? Hers is a very long one, and I will tell you it in her video because I have to look it up. I had it in my other phone. Long story short, phone's gone. It's dead. It's gone. And I lost a lot of stuff on it, and that was one of them. But it is, has nocturnal. So that means hers are at night. Not always, but generally most of them are at night, whether she's sleeping or she's resting. My son, we don't know his type. He has grand mals as well, but he has another one, and they're scary. They're very scary. And I will go into that in his video. So look for those videos. But yeah, so that's a little bit about the different kinds of seizures and stuff. There's more to it. There's so much more I could go into epilepsy that you guys have no idea about, but I don't want this to be a long video. Okay. So yeah, that's it. So this is end of part 2 of part 1. My story. Thank you again for watching my videos. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Like my videos. Comment. I love to hear from my community. I'm trying to grow my community, and I love to hear from you. It gets to know you guys better, and you guys get to know me better, and just know that I appreciate y'all. Okay. Again, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for the next video, which will be part 2, Brianna's story. Okay, that's coming soon. If you subscribe, you will be notified that it's up and you can watch it. Alrighty, until next time, take care and God bless.